How's you going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshops. I'm glad you dropped in today. You know, I got the shop pretty well finished as far as the insulating goes and the sheathing. It looks some nice. But when I was doing the front wall, I had to take the workbench away from under the window to get at that wall, of course. Well, now that wall is finished, it's time to put the workbench back. And I've got some ideas about changes I'd like to make to that workbench. So we're going to start on that today. First of all, we're going to start maybe stripping that bench down a little bit. So let's go get a start at that. So this bench, it's 35.5 inches tall, it's 31 inches wide, and it's 96 or 8 feet long. I thought of different things, different layouts I could make in the shop, maybe changes I could do. I thought maybe I could put the bench on the back side of the table saw. Well, you know, that created a lot of different problems. I thought I could put the bench at the back wall, and again, that created a lot of different problems. Putting the bench under the window has its own set of problems that goes with that too, but it turned out that they were the least of the problems of the other scenarios that I was thinking about for the changing the layout of the shop. So we're going to end up putting the bench back under the window. That's it's not a mortal sin, that's for sure. But before I put the bench under there, like I was saying earlier, I've got some ideas about some changes I'd like to make to this bench to make it more usable, more user-friendly. Before I had I had one shelf on this side, a couple of drawers on that side, and a spot for a garbage can. You can't see that here, but later on we'll probably discuss that a little bit. Anyways, I'd like to change that up a little bit somehow. I don't know how I'm going to just do all that quite yet. But anyway, we're going to start by stripping the bench down to its basic structure. So I'm going to start with taking this vise off of here. There's a couple of bolts that hold it to the bench. Vices are nice, eh? Many jobs you get involved in, you wish you had a third hand. There you go. There. All right, I'm going to continue to strip this bench down. I just took all the screws out of this section. This section's on in 2 pieces. So it just slips off like so. So I'm going to set that aside. Then I'll take this piece off, and then we'll see what the bottom part, I think the bottom is just all one piece. So we're just finishing getting the screws off this bottom piece. This piece. So what I want to do is kind of tear this bench down to its bare bones again, because I'd like to put drawers on this side of it. So I'm going to take this shelf out. So I've got the innards of the bench stripped out, and then I just flipped it on its side, because what I want to do is take this back off, and I don't need it on the back because I'm going to be putting it up against the wall with drawers in it. So I'm going to take this plywood off here because I can reuse it in the shop somewhere. All right. More spare parts. So I'm going to move this 2x4 at the back of the bench. You're going to move it 6 inches up off the floor. So I'm going to take this off the bench. So in order to maintain the stability of the bench, I put a couple of just scabs on the back here just to hold it. So I've determined that I need the bottom of this 2x4 to be 6 inches off the floor. So putting 2x4 on that side of the line will ensure that I have clearance above the baseboard for this 2x4 to go tight against the wall. Take these off. And that should do that. This is scary when you're setting it up, because watch, I got it on his back. Look how tippy it is. It makes you think it's not square. But when I put my floor in, because this is the mechanical side of the garage, I had a floor drain in it. It tapers to the floor drain, so this floor is not level on this side. Well, that's my story anyway. Okay, I'm going to take this toe kick off. So I've got some more stripped off the front of it here. And what I'd like to do is take this 2x4. Now this one was already moved up 3.5 inches off the floor for the toe kick, so that gave me lots of room to get my broom under there. So I want to maintain that. But what I'd like to do is take this 2x4, turn it on its side, so that I would, instead of having the 3.5 inches exposed here, I don't have 1.5 inches, and then set that back on the bottom here to support the legs. Because the 2x4 is sitting on the front of the leg, then that means I would need to cut a notch like this and leave 1.5 inches here, have that sit around the leg. So what I want to do is mark these under here before I take them off, because I'm going to have to cut some notches there to allow this to slide onto the legs. So because I'm going to maybe jeopardize the stability and squareness of the bench, I put these scabs back on here to hold it. I have my marks on here now where I need to notch this out, lay that out and start to cut them. Okay, so this should go right in here. Oh, look at that, it fits. So I want this piece to be 3.5 inches up from the bottom. So a good way to measure that is to take a piece of 2x4. I'm going to clamp that on there. Then we'll move up to this one. So now we should be able to take these scabs off of here. So I've got my bench now positioned more or less centered under the window of the shop. Took a long time to get it set up, but it's set up now. I have it screwed to the wall. It's all nice and level and square. We're ready to go. I'm going to start by laying out the rough openings for these drawers. So I played with a lot of different ideas about how I could position this bench. I had it, different places laid out in the shop behind the saw, yeah. But anyways, turns out that under the window I think is the best spot for it. Looks good there too. But anyways, I got the bench stripped down to its bare bones, and I made a few modifications to the kick plates and whatnot. Now I have to get ready to put the face frames in there to lay out where I'm going to put drawers, because I'd like to put a bunch more drawers in this bench. I love drawers. So anyways, thanks for watching. This reworking the workbench is probably going to take a couple of episodes before I'm finished. I hope you don't mind that, but I got to get the bench finished before I can do anything else in the shop. So that's why it's eating up all my time here in the shop. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up me. Have a great week wherever you are, folks. Stay warm, and we'll talk to you soon.